Welcome to this week's Security Report. I'm Felicia Valenzuela. Thanks for joining us. 3 men identified as Siochan Silal called One Eye Papi, Kelvin Shivgobin called Kelly, and Ramnarayan Jagmohan, all Berbice residents, were killed during a firefight with B Division ranks on Monday 19. According to a senior rank attached to the Wim police station, it took ranks more than 2 hours to access the hideout used by the suspected bandits. Investigators have so far linked the dead men to several of the spate of robberies committed in the Quarantine and New Amsterdam Berbice area. Residents complimented the GPF for its actions.
I feel like the police do a very good job because all the robbery take place, so you ramping in Blackbush right now. At this time, you ramping in Blackbush. And they feel that they do a good job that you save them, especially in Berbice. So, yeah. So we got recommend the police them that they do a good job and the residents feel more happy and could live a little more peaceful.
We feel happy that they kill them and thank the police force very much for that. Because nobody else is glad we didn't go in the house too.
We feel very proud for what the police has been done in Blackbush because we can't sleep in the night when this was happening, you know. We was very scared. And when we see this, we feel very happy and we content with what happened. First time I ever, bandit ever come, and that's my wife, brother over there, and me opposite over here. And when I fired the load first time, I never expect that bandit could accompany, so I was very, very scared.
Central Quarantine Chamber of Commerce Vice Executive and PRO Punai Bai Group complimented the police for a job well done.
The criminals are getting too brazen because if you look at some of the crime that happened recently in Berbice, that the police is just a stone throw away, and these criminals would go in the same vicinity and they would harass regular and ordinary people. So I mean, it's sad to say that young lives had to go down the drain so wastefully. But I must say the police have done well, and I think crime fighting should be an ongoing process. We shouldn't wait until it escalates to the state that it is.
The Business Chamber executive acknowledged the police's heightened presence, but noted the challenges.
The area is so vast that it's impossible for the police to be all over the same time. And then criminal is just like every like how I'm playing my business. I guess criminals, they're looking at how the police operate, and then they would try to beat the police or be a step ahead of the police when the crime occur. But from a business point of view, I think it was getting really, really hard on business people because people start to close their shop early. Every person you talk to, there was fear in every person that who's going to be next or we are all going to be next, but it's just a matter of time.
Ranks recovered 1 AR-15 assault rifle, 1 9mm semi-automatic pistol, and 2.38 revolvers. They also recovered over 300 rounds, bulletproof vests, face masks, several cell phones and jewelry confirmed as belonging to the recent robbery victims, more than $600,000 in cash, a solar charger and a quantity of marijuana were also found. Senior Superintendent and Officer in charge of Subdivision 2 in B Division, Win Dehere, headed the operation, which resulted in the deaths of the 3 suspected bandits. 67-year-old Irene Samaru is among several victims grateful for the bandits' demise. Her sons Premcharan and Haricharan Samaru were also killed by bandits on New Year's night 2018.
How them take people life, but some people don't take back their life. Then they make life, when they take life, they back on rob too, and they take your life too. Sometimes if me had a son, me there is a shoot them too, or if me when there is that time when on holiday, so one shoot me too. But God great. God really great. Just pray from God and I say, God, me make them. And my mind is so big, man, and look how people kill them.
A West Demerara taxi driver in Dira Bipat on May 19 was found dead in a trench at Parfait Harmony West Bank, Demerara. Bipat called Jenny, 47 of Samaru Dampo, Drawing West Bank, Demerara, was a mother of 2. The vehicle she drove, a silver Toyota Axio with registration number PXX4114, is missing. Investigations are continuing. The community's support in the crime fight is imperative, Minister Ramjitan added.
The police these days have the necessary assets and have the courage and the firepower to go and get them. But we sometimes have to, get that very important component, community relations, information. Information is vital.
A 20-year-old laborer appeared before Chief Magistrate Anne McLennan at the Georgetown Magistrates Court charged with the murder of Patrick Fraser. Fraser, 20, known as White Boy, was shot dead while liming with friends in Norton Street, Bagotstown, East Bank, Demerara on May 9th. Kevin Rose of Diamond Housing Scheme East Bank, Demerara, was not required to plead to the capital offence. The Chief Magistrate remanded Rose to prison until June 4, 2019. The case was transferred to Magistrate Cheryl Isaac Marcus for hearing. After a week in police custody, 38-year-old Ryan Sugrim appeared before Magistrate Zemina Ali at the Lenora Magistrates Court on the west coast of Demerara under heavy police guard on May 20th. Sugrim is charged with his ex-wife's 37-year-old Zyla Sugrim's murder. The father of 5 was not required to plead to the charge, which alleged he shot and killed the woman between May 11 and 14, 2019, according to prosecutor Sherwin Matthews. Police found the woman's body buried in a shallow grave at the Shell gas station at Crane, West Coast, Demerara, where the accused worked as a pump attendant. Her body was found in a shallow grave after Ryan Sugrim led investigators to her shallow grave on May 15. Police are investigating the murder of an East Lepeniton squatter shot dead execution style on May 20th at around 20 hours 30. The man has been identified as Colin Hooper, known as Gun Youth. The 45-year-old was wanted for questioning by police for the murder and robbery of a 57-year-old money changer, Prince Philip Alain, on High Street on April 16. On May 21, 34-year-old Kenny Paul was on Tuesday remanded to prison by Chief Magistrate Anne McLennan for the attempted murder of Paul Troy. It is alleged Paul of Myconi East Coast, Demerara, on May 17, 2019, at Madhya Region 8 wounded Troy with the intent to commit murder. Police prosecutor Gordon Manfield told the court that both parties were employed at the same dredging operation where Troy is the general manager. There was a misunderstanding between the two when Paul armed himself with a cutlass and chopped the general manager about the body. Paul was remanded until July 16 and the case was transferred to the Madhya Magistrates Court. On May 21, Liquid Love Bar owner Savita Prasad, who was recently faced with 5 charges including trafficking, and a vendor recently remanded to prison for the attempted murder of a police officer, Revlana Smith, were brought before Magistrate Faith McGusty yesterday following a scuffle they had at the East Lepenitence police station on Tuesday, April 23rd. It was alleged that Prasad unlawfully assaulted Smith while Smith was charged with unlawfully wounding Prasad. Both females pleaded guilty with explanation. The magistrate ruled Prasad's plea as self-defense since Smith allegedly started the fight. Prasad was granted bail in the sum of $20,000. Smith was denied such due to the misconduct she demonstrated during her previous appearance. Both women will make their next court appearance in relation to the matter on June 24. Now here are some highlights from the Guyana Defence Force. 14 ratings of the GDF Coast Guard along with 2 ranks of the Guyana Fire Service are training on the Marine Diesel Engine Operator Course 2019-01. Meanwhile, 5 Coast Guard ratings are studying on the Coxswain Course 2019-01. Both courses are being conducted at the Coast Guard Training School at Kingston, Georgetown. Opening the course on May 14, Lieutenant Colonel Sean Harmon urged students to dedicate themselves to learning all the materials which will be taught. He pointed out that the focus for both courses of instruction would be about principles of operation. The courses will run for 8 and 4 weeks respectively. The Guyana Defence Force Cooperative Credit Union registration number 1254 held its annual general meeting at the auditorium at Base Camp Aingana on May 22nd. Some 824 members of the credit union attended the AGM. The members of the new Committee of Management are Colonel Gary Beaton, Lieutenant Colonel Ken Lloyd Roberts, Lieutenant Colonel Lloyd Souvenir, Warrant Officers Class 2 Cleveland O'Brien, Leyland Liverpool, and Dwayne Daniels, Warrant Officer Class 1 retired Joseph Holligan, and Cecil Bradford. Motions were passed to see the establishment of a homeowner savers club, a travel service, the provision of ICT services, and the increasing of the entrance fee from $200 to $1,000 per new member. Now to the Ghana Police Force wanted list, Vasi Gordon Barry is wanted by the police for questioning in relation to possession of firearm and ammunition and possession of narcotics for the purpose of trafficking committed on April 27, 2019 at Dazzle Housing Scheme and Alpha Hotel, Ogle, East Coast, Demerara. Anyone with information that may lead to the arrest of Vasi Gordon Barry is asked to contact the police on the telephone numbers on screen. And Kevin Campbell is also wanted by the police for questioning in relation to obtaining credit by false pretense committed on Nalina Rampasad on March 28, 2019. Anyone with information that may lead to the arrest of Kevin Campbell is asked to contact the police on the telephone numbers on screen. And the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit is seeking Winston Carto, also known as Chief Mike, whose last known address has been given as 193 Greenheart Street, South Rumville Gardens. In a statement, Kanu says Chief Mike is wanted in relation to the 7 pound of cocaine bust at the Eugene Correa International Airport at Ogle. The bust resulted in the arrest of 55-year-old Sandra Angela Profit. She was on May 2nd sentenced to 4 years jail and fined $9.1 million for attempting to smuggle over 7 pounds of cocaine through the Ogle Airport. And that's it for this week's Security Report. Goodbye.